I have a daughter, her name is Victoria. She is now 16 years old. And ever since she started seeing a dentist when she was 2 years old, she has had fear of a dentist, fear of doctors. She has cerebral palsy. She was born with it. And so she's spent a lot of time in hospitals. And when they go in, they do things that hurt her. And so she's just afraid of it. So a dentist in her mind is the same kind of thing. Same kind of chairs, they wear the mask, and so it just scares her. So when we went in, when she was 2 years old, she completely panicked, and they had us leave the dental office, and after that get a phone call that for them to see her, she had to go to the hospital. Not only do you have the fear of Victoria, but you have the cost involved. So we had an issue where the insurance, medical insurance, wouldn't pay for the dental, wouldn't pay because it was dental work, where the dental wouldn't pay because it was in a hospital and it was medical. And so we had that fight that went on for months afterwards. But the worst part about it was having to stay at the hospital for the day because she has such a bad reaction to all the anesthesia that they give her. I believe it has narcotics in it there. And she would vomit and not be able to walk straight and just be out of it, not be lucid for a whole day. So as we were anticipating going back to the hospital again with our dentist, we were at church and a family stood up and introduced themselves that they had just moved here and talked about the business he had. My husband went up to him right afterwards and said, I'd never heard of an anesthesiologist going to a dental office and doing the work just right there at the dental office and putting the patient out. He talked to us a lot about it and told us how, hey, let's just give it a try. We'll see if it works with Victoria. It can't be any worse than it was in the hospital, and we agreed to that. And so we went ahead and went for it. And literally life-changing for Victoria and for our family. The first time Dr. Heaton came in, went to the dentist and brought her in right in time for the procedure to happen. And so the anxiety for Victoria wasn't built up over hours of waiting at the hospital for everybody to get situated. Went straight in, and he plays a little game with her to try to get her to calm down. And with our daughter, once she's in a dental office, there really isn't anything that's going to calm her down, unfortunately. So what they do is, instead of in the hospital, they would try to go straight for an IV to put that in her. And you can imagine the fear that that caused. And so they would have to do all different kinds of things to hold her down to be able to do this IV. With Victoria in the dental office and with Dr. Heaton, he simply puts a gas mask on her face, and within 30 seconds, she's fast asleep. And then he does an IV after that, so Victoria has no idea that she had an IV. And the whole time that he's doing the procedure, we're right there outside the door, made me feel comfortable with it. And she slowly wakes up, and to our surprise, the first time we did it, we were just in shock because there was no sickness. He gave her something in that IV that made it so that the nausea wouldn't be there when she woke up. And we left there with Victoria smiling and happy, came home, and Dr. Heaton told us that, you know, she can stay down for just a little bit, eat and drink things that were really mild for her, but whenever she felt like getting up and walking around and being normal Victoria, she could. And it was within an hour afterwards, Victoria was out riding her bike and running around and playing. It was absolutely amazing to us. The difference between going to a hospital and having Dr. Heaton come to the dental office has been life-changing for us.